So we're gonna do legs, balance, and mobility. My knee is so much better today. I'm like amazed. So I feel like the reason it's getting better is because I'm doing all the things that I do. So, and it's also not horribly injured. Oh, there's Cassie coming in. Awesome. So let's start with breathing and we will get going. Inhale, open, reach it out and up. And exhale, just feel into the space around you, shutting doors over here. Inhale, open and lift. And exhale, let go, soften your body. Inhale, hey Cassie, open it up, reach it out and up. And exhale, this time just shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Letting go of everything you want to let go of. Everything you need to let go of, everything you should let go of, everything that is not serving you. Let it go, just shake out. And then find a little bit of a rhythm so that your shake isn't just erratic shaking, God forbid, erratic and pointless shaking, but instead a bouncy, rhythmic shake that connects you to the rebound from the earth, right? Gravity brings us down, but there's a rebound, there's a bounce back. So just feeling into that, like as we walk, it's not just that we go down and we're stuck into the earth. Our bodies and the fluids in our bodies are made to help us come back up. So there's a sense of grounding and then rebounding. So just finding that little grounding and bouncing. One of my Laban teachers, when I was studying Laban movement analysis at the Institute, started every class with this like bounce, just feeling the gravitational pull of the earth, right? Also a way to connect into the spring-like nature of your ankles, knees, hips, spine, everything like that, just springy and easy. And then we'll turn to spiraling, twisting. So letting your eyes take in the environment and trying to see as far behind you as you can as you twist. That bouncing actually really warmed me up. I am now warm enough to take off my sweatshirt. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for it. It's going to be great for our tissues, our fascia, our bones to do that kind of bouncing. And also for our lymphatic, right? It's bringing our lymph online by moving our bodies. So let's add some breath, more active breathing. So we're going to inhale, open, and exhale, push out and come in for a landing. Inhale, open, exhale, push it out. Inhale, open, exhale. Inhale, open, exhale. Really active. In through your nose, out through your mouth. It's like you're pushing everything away that you don't need, gathering in all the good stuff, pushing out all the stuff you don't need. 2 more. And last one. So starting to do some kind of breathwork practice doesn't mean you need to spend an hour every day. It just means you need to start incorporating things into every day. 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, where you're thinking, really connecting into your breathing apparatus, your breathing muscles, your diaphragm, all the intercostals, and letting our bellies really fill up with air. So Jill Miller, who's written a book on the breathing anatomy, talks about 3 zones, like the belly, the ribs, and then up here higher. When we breathe deep down into our guts, into our belly, that's going to be more of a down regulating. Breathing up here in the middle, sometimes we need that too. And at the top, it's going to be more upregulating, which could be anxious. So we want to bring all 3 areas online. They're all good sometimes. And if ideally, breathing in so that all of them are affected and breathing out so all of them are affected. All right, let's get into some legs and balance. So what we're going to do is just a weight shift and a weight shift. So shifting over from one leg to the other, take up some space with that. So you really want to move across the room. Or I don't know, at least the size of a mat if possible. Hands are slightly in front of you. It will always help you balance more if your hands are a little bit forward. If they're back, it's going to throw you off. Think of holding the space in front of you. We're going to add to this. So now you're going to come onto one leg, stretch out. Let's flex the foot, point it, fold it in to the other leg. Out, flex, point, bring it in. Big shift of weight, come up, reach it out, flex, point, bring it in. Shift your weight, come onto that leg, out, flex, point, bring it in. Weight shift, out, flex, point, bring it in. Weight shift, out. Look at your arms. Are they in your peripheral vision? Are they easy for you to see? Are you holding the space? Also, just to let everyone know, I'm going to teach an extra class, which I probably will not be posting online because I think I want to use music. So I'm going to teach a Easter Bunny Day class. Just shake it out, let it go, which will be at 9:30 in the morning. So I normally teach at the Y at that time. I'm just going to teach from Zoom. Internally rotate, spiral in, spiral in, spiral in. So that's internal rotation on one side, shoulder and hip, and then on the other side. Getting your shoulder blades, your scapula to move around on your back, and we're doing this weight shift. Let's make it a little more challenging. You're gonna weight shift, take the foot off the floor. Weight shift, foot off the floor. Weight shift, foot off the floor. In. Feel like we're like some kind of like Isadora Duncan modern dance, early modern dance moment, maybe dancing out like in Athens somewhere, just imagining all those big columns around you and your flowing dress as you do this wonderful move, which probably has nothing to do with Isadora Duncan, just feels like it to me. The beauty of the imagination doesn't have to be totally true. We're just imagining. Last one. Good. Circles with the shoulders. Head, neck, and jaw relaxed. And then the other way. So I made an Eventbrite for that class, and I will put a link into the description under here. But if it's after April 9th, 2023, that will have expired, and I'll probably forget to take it away. All right, let's do a little bit more with the shoulders. Let's go with hands, not shoulders. Yes, shoulders. Let's go. You're going to relevate in and up. Take your hands up, shoulders to your ears, and then like you've come in for a landing. Inhale. Everything scooping up, tippy toes. Exhale. Down and out. Inhale. Gather it all up, scoop it in. Grounding your energy. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, I want to challenge us. We're going to inhale up, exhale onto one leg. Inhale. Inhale. If you need 2 feet, go for it. I'm trying to do a weight shift and then come down. Also trying to really get my shoulders up to my ears and then drop them down and out. Inhale. Down and out. Oh yes, this is my knee therapy. Finding my balance. Two more. Let it out. Last one. Good. All right, let's take it down to the floor, coming down on your mat. And we'll just do a quick mash through your butt, massaging through one butt cheek and the other, mobilizing your hips, mobilizing your spine. Oh, we're going to make it more exciting. You're going to come to the side and then arch, Little Mermaid on the rock, arching. I think it's in Copenhagen. Just have a moment of basking in the sunlight on your rock as you arch your back. Then you curl the spine to come through and arch, open your chest and lungs, look up. You could take a hand, raise it up there to the gods, and also support yourself with the back hand. So just spiraling and opening. I don't think she's got her hand reaching up, but we will. I need to look at that image. Use your breath. Last one. And we're going to come back in, take it down to the ground. We're actually going to warm up our backs a little bit more from here. So we've done a lot of side, a lot of twisting, some balancing, but I want to just warm up the back of our bodies and our legs. So we're going to press up and let's inhale down and float the arms over the head. Exhale, press it up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back of the body pushing. Inhale, fold in the hips to come down. If you really want to roll up and roll down here, go for it. There are many ways to come up and come down. Start to notice what they are. I'm just unfolding in the hips and then folding in the hips. Unfolding and folding. The next one, we're going to go up and stay up. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. Push the floor away, and we'll take a little march. So it's a thigh lift, lifting up one leg at a time, pushing the floor away. I'm going to exhale, up, inhale, down. Working through my foot. So I'm working through my toes to land and to push away. So it's not just my hip flexion that's getting my foot up off the floor or getting my leg up in the air. It's also my foot really pushing away. This is something that we learn in ballet. You learn to really use your feet. So start giving yourself that extra little march with your foot by pointing, pushing the floor away. It's also our psoas working. Our hamstrings are working as we're pushing the floor away. Our back is working. Let's change it. You're going to come up, reach it out, flex, point, fold it in, work through your foot. Come up, reach it out, flex, point, fold it. So we're going to come up bent, bent, straighten, flex, point, fold it down, roll through your foot. Bent, straighten, flex, point, come down, roll through your foot. Bent, straighten, flex, point, come down, roll through your foot. Bent, straighten, flex, point, come down, roll through your foot. Push with your foot to that bent position, straighten, flex, point, come down, roll through, bent, straighten, flex, point, come down, roll through. That's it. Now roll it down through your spine, soften into the floor. Take your knees into your chest and roll from side to side, really relaxed, like you're pouring your body from one side to the other. Massaging through your back. So one of the reasons, so I've really taken it easy. I'm like thinking, what have I done that has made this quick improvement? Like it's been a couple of weeks, but my knee feels almost like it's not injured today. So it's way better than it was. And I basically strained my MCL, my medial collateral ligament, which is right here. And I taped it yesterday before teaching, and I looked online on how to tape the MCL. So I used like one of those kinesia tapes. I'm not advertising for any specific brand, but let's open through the middle and close. The other thing is I'm not going for my biggest stretch here in the middle. I'm kind of keeping it a little smaller. That's what but I'm not doing it, right? I'm doing it a little bit, but I'm not going for the extreme. I'm not pushing the big second. But I feel like the taping for my knee actually helps a lot. The other thing is walking a little bit. I've been riding the bike at the gym every other day, and then doing way less in terms of walking and moving around than I usually do. I've also not been to pole for 2 weeks. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Come back onto your back. Take a happy baby. Breathe into your baby. Sometimes when we're injured and we feel an area, we think, oh, I should stretch it more. And often it's the exact opposite. Often you've already strained the area. It doesn't actually need to stretch more. It needs to stretch less. So you want to be strengthening it. I did do some weights with my quads on the machines. And I also did some like weightlifting for my upper body during the past, whatever week. All right, come in. Let's go with one leg at a time. We're going to start small. So small and conservative little reaches, one leg coming in and then the other one. So it's fine for me to stretch my hamstring. It's just not that stretch in second where my legs are really open. So I'm going to start to go a little bit bigger. Reaching the other leg a little further away each time. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to move to a tippy toe position. So it's like Barbie feet. I used to love calling it Barbie feet. Everybody knows what that looks like. And then as I get bigger, I'm going to actually point my toes all the way through my toes. I'm taking inhale, exhale. Four more, 4, 3. I'm dropping my head down because my neck is getting tired. 2, last one, and come in. Just shake out your spine, free up your guts. Take a big deep breath in, let your body fill up. So we don't want to like squeeze our waist in and squeeze our guts all the time. We want to make sure that they have the chance to mobilize and move, especially because our breath coming down towards our low into our belly is going to be a down regulator, meaning we're going to get more relaxed with that, which is going to then help all of the systems, all of our organs are going to operate better when we're relaxing more often. All right, which doesn't mean don't push it sometimes. Definitely, we want to push things also, but we want to make sure that we're giving ourselves a chance to release. So really shake it out. Let everything be loose and jiggly. Shake it, shake it, shake it like a bowl of Jello. Oh, make sure you're not holding on to anything extra. And then come in, and we're going to go back to legs. And I'm going to do this with my hands behind my head. So I'm going to have hands behind my head. I'm going to flex my feet and turn out and reach out and point at, like, I don't know, that angle, flex it in, and then up to a 90 degree angle. So coming to a 45 from the floor, and then a 90. Inhale, maybe it's 90, maybe it's up higher. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach it out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, reach, inhale, exhale, inhale, reach, inhale, exhale. I'm going to change it. And this is probably really scary for everybody, but we're going to go flex to the ceiling parallel, flex, reach it out. Flex, push through the ceiling, flex, 45. So not turned out. To the ceiling, flex, reach it out, flex, ceiling, flex, reach it long, flex, to the ceiling, flex, reach it out, flex, to the ceiling, flex, reach it out. Last one. And relax. Open your feet a little wider, internally rotate one leg at a time. So this is one where I've got to be really mindful, because this is one where I could overstretch my MCL. Also, if I'm not really keeping my knee in line. If I flex my feet, it helps a little bit to avoid that overstretching. Oh, got baby time going on over there. And come in. Let's take our hands down by our sides, pelvis up, circles with your hips, circling around, shifting your weight. And then change direction, other way. So my feet are pretty wide for this. And I'm letting my spine mobilize. This is also giving me a massage through my upper traps, my shoulders. Good, let's come into center. You're gonna take one elbow underneath you, the other hand reaches up. Open it out, elbow comes under, you push the floor away, reach with the other arm. Open it out. Easier version, you're not gonna go so high, you're just gonna reach, right? So if it hurts to come onto your shoulder and do that push, don't do it. If it feels okay, you wanna do it, because that is going to be strengthening up your humerus, your rotator cuff, which is your upper arm bone, rotator cuff, and also the tissue, the fascia, the muscle fibers in there, right? When we require them to bear weight, they're going to get stronger, pushing the floor away. Last one on each side. Nice arch. If this hurts in your neck or shoulders, don't do it. And come in and take it down. Both knees in, nose to your knees, just pull into a little ball. And then circles, keeping your knees together, massaging through your lower back. Relax your body. Let your hands do the work. Let your body be sloshing and surging. And change direction like a boat on an ocean. But really, it's more like a boat with an ocean inside of it, right? Or better yet, a living creature filled with water, which is what you are. And then we're going to circle the knees away from each other. Big circles, lubricating up your hip sockets. And then the other way. And then coming in, one leg up to the ceiling, we're going to go pointed toes, flexing through the toes, through the heel, through the toes, and point. Toes, heel, toes, point. Toes, heel, toes, point. Toes, heel, toes, point. Rotate out. Toes, heel, toes, point. Toes, heel, toes, point. Toes, heel, toes, point. Toes, heel, toes, point. Back to parallel. Circle your ankle, mobilizing the bones and muscles of your foot and ankle and calf and shin. Change direction, other way. So we're pulling inside our body all of that fascia, those muscles. We want to have some places that have nice shear movement against each other, sliding surfaces, so that we can move. And then you're going to make a little cuff. You can bend your knee, grab your ankle, make a little cuff with your hands, and pull the tissue away from your foot. Go one way, re-grab, and go the other way. So we're just opening up the fascia, or it's not even opening up, you're just lengthening it out, you're giving it more pressure, and then you can release, push back down, pull down and away. Let's get into the calf for a second. Take your hands, and I'm like, it's like you're kneading dough. I'll show you from the back. Getting behind your calf. This is an Achilles saver, right? Ideally, also letting some of the tension out of the back of your calf, right? If things are pulling in here, it's going to put a lot of stress on your knee or your ankle or ultimately your hip. If it's pulling in one place, it's going to affect the whole system. All right, release that leg down, other leg up to the ceiling. We're going to start pointed, flexing through your toes, heel, toes, point. You can always grab on and hold on if you need to. Toes, heel, toes, point, toes, heel, toes, point. Turn the leg out, toes, heel, toes, point, toes, heel, toes, point, toes, heel, toes, point, toes, heel, toes, point. Back to parallel, outward circles with your ankle and foot. Wake up those toes and change direction. So we really can't work the legs without also working the feet. And the more articulation we have in the feet, the healthier our legs are going to be. The more our feet are helping do the work, balancing us and moving us, right? We're using the muscles of the feet to help balance and move us, the better. Shake it out, let it go. Grab around your ankle, make a little cuff. So I'm going just above my ankle bone. And then I'm pulling down and I'm making those circles. If it feels like kind of pulley, almost like there's a little knife in there, that is the feeling of your fascia being tight. Change direction, other way. Re-grab, like I'm pretty strongly, I'm grabbing with quite a bit of pull. And then release that, shake it out. And we're going to go to the back of the calf with the hands, massaging from your Achilles up towards the back of your knee. Back down. And then shake it out, let it go. Good. Let's do Oh, what do I want to do? Let's do this. I haven't done this in a long time. So you're going to go with straight legs, flexing your feet, reaching out. Hands are behind your head. You're going to exhale, come up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Rounding, arching, rounding, opening. Exhale. Inhale. You're trying to keep your butt on the floor. So sometimes when people do this, they want to pop off, but then you miss the spiral. So try to keep that butt connected. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can flex your feet and think of really reaching through your legs as you come up for that arch. Inhale, curl, arch, curl, open. Curl, arch, curl, open, curl, arch. So we get a lot of head tail in this, but we're also getting a spiral, right? Spiraling. So we're creating space in the spine, lengthening out and giving it really three-dimensional work. Last one. I talk about this a lot, but the muscle fibers in our body, like our rectus abdominis, the six pack is going up and down. The internal and external obliques are going like this and like this. So the fibers are in these different directions. And then deep down is the transversus abdominis, and that's that corset layer on the bottom. We want those surfaces to be able to slide against each other, even the little muscle fibers to have some capacity to move, right? If there's scar tissue in there, it tends to be very disorganized and clumpy. We want to imagine that there's fluidity and mobility in the tissue. All right, hands behind your head. Let's go elbow to knee, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, keep going, 18, 19, 20, 10 more, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Turn your head from side to side, free up your head tail, bring in the lumbar curve. The front of your body open up like you're having a party in your body. Shaking out all the crappy things and bringing in all the celebration, all the good things, all the inhibition that you might have if you drank some alcohol. But for people who don't drink, all you gotta do is shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, and you can also have that same inhibition, maybe. That is not scientifically proven, but I believe it to be true. Roll yourselves back and forth, rounding through your spine, massaging through your back. Good. And let's flip onto let's come all the way down onto our stomachs. And we're going to take our head on our hands. You're going to lengthen one leg out, lift it up, and then release it down. Lengthen the other leg and lift, lower. Reach it long, lift, and lower. Reach it long, lift, and lower. So you're not pushing the floor away with one side to get the other side to lift. You're lengthening, reaching, lengthening, reaching, lengthening, reaching, lengthening, reaching. Then we're going to change it. You're going to come up into a Sphinx position, and you're going to curl, roll it down, look towards your pelvis, pelvis drops, curl, roll it up, head drops, curl, soften your spine, roll it down, pelvis drops, curl, roll it up, lift your legs, legs drop, head drops, roll down through your spine, look towards your belly button, pelvis drops, roll it up, lift your legs, head drops, roll it down, pelvis drops, roll it up, head drops, roll it down, pelvis drops, roll it up and relax for a second. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Hips, lower back, abdominals relaxed. We're not sucking anything in or holding anything. We're just letting go. Massaging through the front of your quads, relaxing your inner body. Curl your toes under behind you and just push up and down. Soften and melt. Let your knees be soft on the floor so you're not picking them up off the floor. You're just relaxing them into the floor, pushing. Head and neck are easy. I'm just turning my head really a small amount from side to side, trying to relax deeper into this. And then you can stop doing that. Come up onto your elbows, and you're going to look over one shoulder and then look over the other shoulder. Come back to the first shoulder, straighten that arm and look over that shoulder. Straighten the arm, look over the other shoulder. And then you're going to straighten your arm and you're going to bend, bend, and come down. Bend, bend, and come down. If you have the wherewithal, do a flex point and come down. You're looking for the opposite leg. So whichever shoulder you're looking over, it's the other leg doing the flex point. Flex point, 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 flex point. One more time each side. Flex point. Last one. Flex point. And arch all the way up. Take it back into a child's pose. Breathe and relax. So I'm not going to go all the way into child's pose. That's another thing. I have not really been doing any deep flexion in that knee, which has been helpful. Although it doesn't hurt if I do it. I just feel like it's a little too much because I spent a little too much time in deep flexion, and that's part of why I have the injury. Rounding your spine forward, taking it back all the way down to your child's pose if you can. I'm coming up onto the crown of my head, curling, and then reaching back through my tail. Curling, reaching. You can exhale everything out in your curl. Try and really scoop your belly up and in, and then radiate out through your tail, reaching back. Hollow everything out, scoop, and then reach back with your butt. Hollow and scoop, tail, reaching back, hollow, scoop, and tail reaches back. So in the scoop, I am really like sucking it up and in. The more I exhale, the easier it is to do that. All right, that's enough of that. Coming off of that, off of your belly. And let's come onto our sides. All the way down onto your side. We are going to have the legs straight down below you. You're going to rotate in, rotate out. So the bottom leg is picked up off the floor a few inches. And if this hurts too much, rolling over that hip or that side of your body, then add more padding or just leave the bottom leg down, right? Anytime we're feeling pain in a part of our tissue as we're with our weight on it, it's often that is tight. That's why it hurts. But it could also be that you don't have a lot of extra padding, a lot of reasons it could happen. So, but usually, like I remember being in yoga classes and having like a foot across my thigh, my own foot, like folded across and just being like, oh, that hurts. And it's like, yeah, because your quads are tight. Your fascia is stuck. It's not that we should be all mushy and nothing hurts. We're going to feel things, and everyone's going to feel things differently because our brains are wired to the experience of our life, right? So it's not going to feel the same in me as it feels in you, but there will be some things that feel the same. Touch it in, reach it up, and come down. I'm going to kick up, toes to knee, kick up, coming down. I am flexing up, pointing in, pointing up, flexing down. Point and flex as you want to. It doesn't have to be the same as what I am doing. Up. But what I've noticed, and one reason why I'm like, oh, I really have to be working my legs, I have to be doing extra stuff, is since I've had my knee injury, I've been losing weight. And that is not what I want. The weight that I am losing is muscle weight, right? So I need to really make sure that I'm keeping those muscles going, right? Use it or lose it. Last one. And what muscle weighs more than fat, right? So when you're fairly thin already and you start losing weight, there's a good chance that what you're losing is muscle weight. In and out, going one. So as we get older, gotta work it. 2, 3. Oh, my foot is cramping. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Bring it in. Take your bottom leg forward, top leg back. Just reach it out and then switch. Top leg forward, bottom leg back. I'm pushing with my arm to help stabilize my body. Switching legs, one forward, one back, and then the other way. Use your arm to help stabilize. It's really as the top leg comes forward, because the chances are the bottom leg's not going to be able to go that far back to really balance you. Reach it out. Feeling this contralateral work through our core, right? As this is this opposite arm to leg. Last one. And relax. So I really felt that in here. Like the place that I was working the most was kind of in my QL, the erectors of my spine, probably my psoas. Take it onto your back, knees in. Just let yourself release those muscles. And then we're going to go with a ankle over knee or knee over knee. So you can do this, which right now I can't do. So I'm going to go with knee over knee and draw it in. Ankle over knee or knee over knee, whatever your body needs. Yeah, so one thing I will say, shake it out, let it go. If you have an injury and you want it to heal, there's a real balance between using those muscles and pushing something so that something happens, and also really listening to your body. Like I am not doing half of what I normally do workout wise, or way less. I'm really hard. I'm only teaching. I'm barely walking. Although today I'm going to try pole class and see how it goes, but I'm going to be really easy. So when we have injuries and you know that you shouldn't do something, don't do it. Right. So it's really up to us to be in relationship with our own bodies to get that together. All right, legs down, internally rotate, externally rotate. And if you really are uncertain about it, see a physical therapist. See somebody who is a body specialist that can help you, right? So we shouldn't, sometimes we think, oh, I'm getting older. Now I can't use that. Now this isn't going to work anymore. Now that our bodies are alive until we're dead. And that means that they can change, they can heal. So don't give up on yourself, right? If you have an injury, take care of it. I'm just flexing my feet because my feet are cramping a little bit. All right, going with the kicks. Kicking up, fold it in, kick it up and lower down. Up, fold, reach and lower. Batma, fold it in, reach it up and come down. Up, fold, extend, lower. Up, fold, reach it out. Down, up, fold, reach it out. Down, up, fold and reach. Lower, Batma, fold, reach, lower, Batma. And if you've self-diagnosed, you may want to have a second opinion on that, right? Like I self-diagnosed that it was an MCL, medial collateral ligament. And I was right, but I tested it. I went to my chiropractor and he's like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Last one, in and out, going 1, 2, and he did it by muscle testing, right? Not muscle testing, by pushing, pulling, prodding, and like, oh, this is what hurts, that's what hurts, this is what moves, this is what doesn't move. Okay, this is what it is. So we were in agreement. 4 more, 3, 2, last one. Good, and then we're gonna go use this hand to push the floor away, bottom leg forward, top leg back, and then switch. Just feeling what you've got there. How much can you move? Reaching, 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 elongating those legs and your torso as well. Long body, long legs. Yeah, same thing here. I really feel it working partly to stabilize myself so I don't actually just roll over in my torso, right? So this is really core work more than leg work. Legs are doing something, but my center, my back, are doing a lot more in my feeling of effort. Last one, and release. Come onto your back. Let's just roll for a second, soften, do whatever you've got to do, and then do the ankle over knee or knee over knee hip stretch. Good, and then let that go. And let's do spiraling, head away from your tail one way and then the other. Again, feel free to make this harder by straightening out your legs. And release. And let's roll over. And I think we're coming close. We're coming close to the end of class. So we're going to bang this out with a push-up, knee lift, and a side plank. So I'm going to do tricep push-ups, my elbows right into my sides. I always differentiate. Tricep push-ups are close, more pec push-ups are more open. You can do them however you want, somewhere in the middle, working both things, whatever you want to do. You know, I've always tried to figure out what's the best thing. And also what's the best thing on a female body and what's the best thing on a male body, or let's say a more muscular body or a less muscular body can be very different. So listen into your own body, do the version you want to do. I'm going to do this with my knees on the floor for the push-up, elbows into my sides. I'm going to pop up, take the knees off the floor, open it into a side plank. Coming down, knees down, push up, popping the knees up, side plank. Do any version that works for you. Breathing into it. Use your breath. Last one each side. And come in. Let's take our hands behind us. Bent knees. You're going to have another moment of being the mermaid on the rock, but slightly different this time. Open, chest, lungs, and heart. Push the floor away. Breathe. If it feels good to drop your head back, go ahead. If it doesn't, don't do it. And release. You're going to grab onto your knees, pull away, curling, hollowing your belly in, round your spine. And then let's just do a little, I want to do one more thing for our arms before we finish. So we're going to do that tippy toes on our fingers. So like that, we're going to roll it down, take your elbows toward the floor, push away, and come up. If it's possible to keep your weight forward, keep your weight forward. Using your breath. Good, and then we're going to come down, and in this version, you're going to take your hands down onto the floor, forearms onto the floor, and just massage out your forearm by pushing your weight into your arms as you spiral the hands open and closed. I am intimately relating to the cat fur on the floor right now, which I just vacuumed yesterday. But with the 3 cats that all have white bellies, it's pretty hard to avoid it. Okay, and relax, let that go. Let's come onto our butts. Legs out in front of you. Walk your butt from side to side, forward fold. Soften, surrender, and let go. Peapod comes into the picture on cue. Breathe. Little micro movement in there, wiggling around. If your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees a little bit. Good. And then coming up, crossing one ankle over the other knee. Feel free to fold the bottom leg under. I'm just going to leave it straight this time, opening up, looking around behind you. Breathe. And then unscramble and change legs, other leg. Same thing, either double fold or not. And bring it back in. Bang out your legs, rotate in and out. And let's slide them under. Come up onto your legs, take your butt up to the ceiling. If you don't touch the floor here, use a block to touch down. Let's just take one leg out and up. And then bring it down. And then the other leg out and up as high as it can go. Bring it down. I'm going to point that back foot as it comes up, reaching my toes to the ceiling, lifting, 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 and come down. The other leg out and up. Reach and lift. This is giving me a good stretch in my bottom hamstring. Release it down, out and up. If this were yoga, we could say we're doing standing stick, and you could come into it and come closer. And if you were really amazing, you could try and balance with both hands off the floor, just balancing on your leg, which I probably can do on this side, on my healthier side. Yes, and that actually helps me get my leg up higher. Do it for a second. And then on the other side, I'm not even going to try it because I don't need to push it on the side. One more time each side, reaching one leg to the ceiling, poking a hole through the sky. See if you can balance it. And then try it with the other side, whatever version you're doing. It's even different which hand. If I do the same hand as this leg, it's one thing. If I do the opposite, it's another. Good. And release it down. Open your feet wider, shift from side to side, bend one knee, bend the other. That was a massive hamstring stretch for me. And then come in, shake your head no, nod yes, roll it all the way up. We're going to do one more thing standing before we're done. So opening your feet wide, parallel, press up through the heels of your hands, big side stretch. From there, you're going to slightly look up and then slightly look down. You could just say your head is looking up and your head is looking down. Doesn't have to be a whole lot of movement in your shoulders forward and backward, just a little. Coming up over to the other side, same thing. Toward the floor, toward the ceiling, toward the floor, ceiling. I'm exhaling down, inhaling up, exhale down, inhale up. Coming back to center, just side, side, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Come into center, shake it out, let it go. And then let's inhale, open ribcage, lungs, and heart. Easy release down towards the floor with the arms. Inhale. Open, look up, lift your sternum, open up, exhale, feel the space around you, let go. Last one. Deep breath in, all the way up, big arch, and exhale, let it go. All right, humans in TV land, please like, subscribe, share, do all the things because, yeah, I need your help. please feel free. If I'm helping you, for you to help me.